There we go.
Right.
Hello. I'm going to give a few minutes for people to come on.
Hmm.
No
Great idea.
problem. Yeah. We're
And
not
I'm
in a
also going to
rush.
start this live stream in my group.
Annabelle has my phone today, so I'm not going to be live streaming from my phone while you're talking this time. But her phone broke, so now mommy is doomed to go without a phone half the time. Luckily, I'm usually on the laptop.
Hmm. How did I figure this out yesterday? Live.
And this hair is annoying me.
All right. I am just going to rinse my fingers really quick. I just had something to eat. And then hopefully, I mean, I don't want to let this go and like lag too long, but I also, it's only 2 minutes after. So I don't want to like
Yeah.
Yeah.
get
No,
started and then
definitely.
have a bunch of people show up.
Yeah. Then be like, oh, now I want to recap everything. That's what happens to me when I'm live all the time. I like finally really get going and then people start watching and I'm like, man, y'all missed all the good shit. I was about to get off now. I don't know what's going on. Like my blurring the screen thing is doing way worse today. I don't like this. It's like it keeps blurring me. I don't know.
That would be so much easier. Here you go.
I think my room is like you can see Sean's clothes over there. That's why I started blurring it because I actually love my wall, but there's a shelf over there that Sean keeps his clothes folded on. So I was like, maybe I should start blurring this. Because then there's also sometimes the tile on top of the drawers because they don't have a top to them.
Mm.
So yeah, you get blurred screen me now, but.
Well, if I hadn't have hung up all these diplomas, you would get my other backdrop. So
Yeah. Yeah, I really like the diplomas. That looks really good. And now you're not trying to like block off your screen to frame that and everything. So it
yeah.
works.
Mm.
Hey,
Okay, ready? Going live.
I think I'm also going live. Hello,
Awesome.
hello, everybody, and welcome to, excuse me, day two. As I blow my nose, sorry about that. And my camera's going the wrong way on my live stream. Here we go. Finally. So, yesterday I did a little intro to feeling into different parts of your body, having some agency and some choice about where and how you respond to things, how you can stop and align with more authentic responses rather than patterned responses. And Darlene talked to us about our inner parts and the protectors and some of the feelings that we encounter that we form patterns to avoid feeling. And then Sammy came on and led us through an exercise that I actually found some lots of value in, got lots of aha moments and a big epiphany through that. So I hope you all, if you didn't watch the replay, please do. There's lots of good nuggets in there. Today, day 2, I'm going to take you a little bit deeper. Today, we realize we have a lot more time. We kind of went so quick yesterday, and there is much more time to work with here. So I'm going to take you much deeper and to kind of explore where you started to be inauthentic and kind of why. And then, also just exploring like what it looked like, what it looks like now. So I'm just going to get started with my piece. And I'm going to just go back and remind you again of a little bit of what I was talking about the antennas yesterday, and how in childhood we have our antennas pointed outward, and we're always on high alert about what everybody else's mood is, what everybody else's needs are, so that we can make ourselves acceptable in the room with those people. It's how we learn to mask. And I want to go a little bit deeper into that concept, because if you start to look at obviously why those antennas are up, right? Protection of you. But it really, really goes much, much deeper. As a human who is designed to be in community and with people, if you are not accepted by the people around you, like way back in caveman's terms, if you were not accepted by your community or your people, you would die. Like, it's not just like, oh my God, I'm going to feel shame, or oh, I'm going to feel this. It's like, if you don't belong to your people, who's going to take care of you? Who's going to feed you? Who's going to change you? Who's going to keep you? I mean, whatever, maybe they don't keep you safe, but it's what you think that they're supposed to do. So it really gets down to the live or die. Like, if I am not accepted here, I literally could die. But more importantly, if you actually talk to people now about these things, and you'll say, why is this a problem? And you keep going down. Why? But why? But why? If people will literally say, well, if I didn't have any friends and I didn't have anybody and I didn't have anything, then I think I would want to die. I don't even think I would want to be here if I had to be all alone. So it really is a huge, huge undertaking for people to be here. And this is why they mask, to belong, to feel like they want to live, to feel like they want to be a part of the community and a part of life. I'm sorry, I've got 3 animals behind me, 2 cats and a dog, and I've got a dog whining and cats. I think that the dog wants to come in here, and I've got 2 cats guarding the room so that she can't come in. Sorry, I'm distracted by that.
We don't hear them, but I can see the tail.
So obviously we have the benefits of protection, right? Like, we mask to keep ourselves protected, to keep ourselves being liked, being accepted by people in our community, in our family, in our circle. But when we mask to stay there, we end up losing ourselves and not knowing who we are anymore. And the people around us don't actually truly know us. And so the relationships that we have can't be all the way true if we're not all the way true, right? So in order to not mask, one must first figure out what it is that they need. What are we masking for? What need are we pretending like we don't have? And how can we actually meet that need on our own? That's how we become like self-actualized. And, I think part of needing other people, is to get our needs met by them, right? Like we pretend to be something that we're not. We don't voice our actual needs. We take the crumbs that they give us. But when we can start to meet our own needs, the need for keeping somebody in our lives or the need for the masking goes away. When you can decipher what you need and you can meet those needs on your own, other people are an addition to your life, not necessarily a need in your life, if that makes sense. I think I didn't review that part, and I'm getting myself a little bit confused. Anyways, today I would really like to take you on a meditation inward, and it's a meditation my way. Yesterday was just a little intro into going inward. Today, I'm going to show you how I practice. When people take an intuitive development class, I take them kind of like on a map, on a little trip, creating a energetic arena within yourself that allows for different information, that allows for the flow, the free flow of information, and it allows you to be connected to your third eye. So I would imagine that most people joining this are not just like they've never meditated before, they've never done any energy work before. It seems like the ones that are going to be coming onto this have done a lot of work already. So this shouldn't be too hard. But what it is very much geared towards people with ADHD. People with ADHD are managing a lot of things in their mind, a lot of things going on, and that's how we're going to be. My style of meditation isn't just quiet your mind and turn everything off. We're doing some work. We're going to explore. We're taking a journey, okay? So I'm going to take you on a journey. And I just want to reiterate what I said yesterday because this one, it won't be too long, maybe 30 minutes or so. But it's sometimes hard when you're in the middle of your day to go that deep and think, oh my gosh, I'm going to be here forever. I need to be aware. I need to be vigilant because what if something happens and oh, I have to go to this thing afterwards, whatever. I promise I will bring you in and I will also bring you out before Darlene starts today. And well before Sammy starts today, we will have time for everything today. You will not get lost in this, I promise. But it will be an interesting journey for you, especially if you've never meditated with me before. So if we're ready to go ahead and get started, I will take you in and we'll do a little bit of grounding first, and we'll start running some energy. And then we'll look at some different places all the way up through your chakra system. We'll look at what is true for you, what's real for you, what's been for you. So go ahead, and when you're ready, close your eyes. If you have a hard time staying awake, you may open your eyes to keep yourself awake. But sometimes shutting your eyes just allows you to focus inward without distraction. And if you have grounded before with an actual grounding cord, go ahead and start conjuring that up in your mind and getting started. If you haven't, I want you to feel into your base, the base of your body, your bottom area, and where it's connected in your chair. And just feel your bottom in the chair. And then imagine, energy work is really just imagination, making the energy happening, driving it. Imagine that some sort of root or tube or pipe or something is forming from the bottom of your body, your sit bones, your spine, but let it be nice and wide, at least as wide as your hips. None of these little rope, tiny grounding cords. You are a big energy. You are a big soul crammed down into this tiny body. So you need a big, energetic grounding cord to not only anchor your big magic here, but to also give a way to kind of like let the shit go that's in your body and in your energetic system that just doesn't need to be here anymore. You can drop it down the grounding cord. So give yourself lots and lots of space. And as this forms nice and wide, let it also start growing down towards the ground and into the ground. And we want that grounding cord to go down as close to the center of the earth as you can imagine it. And maybe as it's growing down through the layers of the earth, the dirt and the clay, maybe it's throwing out some little roots out the side so that it's starting to anchor in a little bit more superficial to the ground. Maybe it's throwing out some roots every so often on its way down. Noticing how the earth kind of moves out of the way to allow it to grow down in, and then just kind of tightens back up around it. So the earth is your ally, holding you, holding your energy. And as the grounding cord moves deeper and deeper into the earth, you can let the top of your head relax. Letting the skin on top of your head just drape downwards, and any tension can just fall right down the grounding cord. With your cheeks, letting your cheeks relax, letting your cheeks and your jaw just hang from your face. Letting your shoulders and your arms just hang from your spine. Again, letting any tension that you're holding just fall downwards. The grounding cord can just kind of just gently just keep pulling, as if there's like just a little bit of downward suction in that grounding cord, so that whenever you're ready to release, just gets pulled right down into the earth. Settling your energy down into your hips. Nice and heavy in your hips. And when that grounding cord is nice and deep and ready to anchor, you can anchor it big on something like a rock or a piece of metal, something strong and steady in this down deep in the earth. And then I'm going to have you run some different energy. I'm going to have you run some earth energy and also some cosmic energy to seed your body with different information. A lot of times we're thinking the same 10 thoughts over and over again all day long. So let's get some new information. I want you to feel your feet on the ground, the bottoms of your feet. Earth energy is, it's a little bit slower moving, a little bit denser. And so just with your intention, call up some earth energy up through your feet. Maybe you can even feel it as it moves through your feet. From the earth up through your feet, through your legs, up towards your knees, coming around your knees and across your thighs. And it's going to go into the front of your first chakra, which is right there at the base of your body, right where your body meets, right where your body meets your seat. And you're going to let that earth energy move into the first chakra and start to fill. Let it fill up and just start to move through that first chakra and then out the back. And then just let it drip and drain right down the grounding cord. So earth energy is coming up through your feet, through your legs, through your first chakra, and down the grounding cord. Like a loop. Magnetizing you to the earth. Imagining the earth energy running through the channels of your legs that hold energy and letting it be a gift. Letting it be nourishing and relaxing. Your legs do so much. They carry you everywhere you need to go. Just let them be nourished now and completely relaxed. And while the earth energy is moving, I want you to imagine your crown on top of your head, your crown chakra. And let it open. Let it open towards the sky. Cosmic energy is lighter, brighter, and faster than earth energy. So you can imagine a color. Pick a color for your cosmic energy and let it come from somewhere out there, somewhere in the cosmic openness, right down into the top of your crown, and it's going to flow down the back of your body, down the back of your head, down both sides of your spine, all the way down, and then enters in the back of your first chakra and starts to mix and intermingle with the earth energy. And watch what it does. Watch how the two energies start to intermingle. Maybe they're dancing. Maybe they make a different color with the two mixing colors. And just let those two energies, maybe they're sloshing back and forth. Maybe they're just spinning around slowly. But what we're doing is we're just shifting the energy and also kind of turning on that root chakra so that we can see. So I want your conscious awareness to be behind your eyes in the center of your head. If you were here yesterday, we visualized this space inside of our head, this space of neutral presence where we can evaluate and respond rather than react. So go to that place behind your eyes in the center of your head. And this is where I want you to be for the remainder of the meditation. We are going to be doing some work in all of these chakras, and I want you to stay present but neutral. I don't want you getting buried in a bunch of emotion. I don't want you getting taken back into, thinking about things too much. I just want you to stay behind your eyes in the center of your head. And then follow me. So let's look in this root chakra. And think about in your childhood home early on, like 0 to 7, your first memories. What did you learn about what was not acceptable? What were you told or shown that was absolutely forbidden? What did you learn wasn't allowed, wasn't welcome? These are probably some of the first things that, I don't know, maybe you wanted to do some of those things. Maybe you even thought about some of those things, but oh, dare not say it, right? That's not acceptable. Further, to be nice or moral or well-mannered or decent, what did that mean you had to do? What did you have to do in order to be the good girl? In order to be a decent person? What did that look like? These are probably some of the first places you started masking because you knew that all these things were so wrong or taboo. As we come up through the chakra system with the earth and cosmic energy, we're allowing these areas to be more visible to us, but we're also doing something else. We're giving your energetic system a rinse, like a roto-rooter. Okay? We're letting the earth and cosmic energy rinse and move through, disrupt some of this energy that's been patterning forever. Now, let's move up to the second chakra, but we're going to move it. We're going to do 80% cosmic energy and 20% earth energy. We don't want so much density in the higher chakras. So 80% cosmic, 20% earth. We're going to let that energy mixture move up the front side of your body and right into the front of your second chakra, which is right between your navel and your pubic bone. Let it fill with the earth and cosmic mixture. And let it get just a little bit bigger, just a little bit bigger, like a balloon. You fill it up and then you just fill it up just a little bit more and let it stretch, that second chakra stretch open just a little bit more. Increasing our capacity energetically on purpose. Yesterday, Darlene talked about shame. Shame is a really great emotion to spark masking because nobody wants to feel shame. But you want to know a secret about shame? Shame never belongs to the person that's feeling it. Shame was given to you by somebody else. You don't just get born and go through life and feel shame. Somebody passed their shame on to you. So when is the first time you remember feeling that emotion? Shame. Do you remember what it was about? What you did, what you said, what you were thinking? Do you remember who gave it to you? Generally, it's a parent, but not necessarily. And what did people look like? Like, what did the person look like when they were passing their shame on to you? But also, what do you do when you feel shame? What did you do then? What did your body do? What does your body do now? What is your patterning around shame? When you feel shame, what do you do? Do you shut down? Do you isolate? Do you hide? Do you hide the behaviors that you have shame around? What if you shared your shame? You know, they say that's the antidote, right? Shame lives in secrecy. So I was taught that in order to unload your shame first, you admit the thing to yourself. And then you share it with one other person. And then you share it with a few other people. And eventually, when you can share it with everybody in the world, it's no longer controlling you. It's done. It's over. As soon as it comes out of secrecy, it's no longer a thing. I've actually worked with this on a few things in my own life as well, and it's true, it works. Now let's move that same energy mixture from the second chakra up into the third, into the solar plexus, right above your navel. And notice if you can actually feel the energy moving into these chakras or moving within the chakra. Notice how the energy is moving within the chakra. Is it doing the same thing that it did in the sacral, the back and forth, or maybe like a churning or just a spinning? Much like we did in the second chakra, let it fill just a little bit more. Just a little bit more than what you feel like is comfortable. Stretching a little bit more. Here in the solar plexus, let's talk a little bit about anger. When was the first time you witnessed anger? Generally, it's a parent, right? Not necessarily, but going way back. When was the first time you really saw an angry outburst? What did it look like? What did it sound like? Stay behind your eyes in the center of your head. What were the words that were used? What were the mannerisms used? What did the energy in the room feel like? Did your people explode? Or were they running off a low level of anger all the time? When was the first time you felt really, really big anger? What did that look like? What did it sound like? What did it feel like in your body? And now, what is your experience to anger now? Does it still look like any of those things, or has it evolved? Are you an exploder? Are you run a low level of irritation and annoyance all the time? Or do you just stuff your anger down because it's not acceptable? It's just an exploration. When was the last time you remember feeling angry? Like more than just a, annoyance, like actual anger. What do you think is the thing that drives you to anger the most often? Your biggest anger trigger? Is it actually anger? Or is it something else that you feel that makes you angry? Just notice the energy moving in the chakra. And let's start to move it up into the heart, up the front side of the body, and into the center of your chest, filling the heart chakra completely. And as the heart chakra is getting, I want to do a little energy work here. I'm sorry, I'm being told to do this. As the energies are filling the heart space, the energies are carrying with them an energy of levity. And so as it fills the heart space, I want it to be so full of the heart, of the earth and cosmic energy, that any density or heaviness is kind of just being pushed out. And when it's pushed out, just let it just kind of fall. Let the grounding cord, that little suction I was talking about, just let it kind of pull it down. Just let any density come, be basically like pushed out by the earth and cosmic energy. And then it can just fall down the grounding cord. Any heaviness in the heart that's ready to be let go of now, just let it go. Let the earth and cosmic energy push it out, and then move within the heart space however it wants to move. Letting your heart space be nice and buoyant, nice and light, floaty in your chest. And here in the heart space, I just talk about the balance between giving and receiving. Since we're here, do you think that you are a good receiver? Because most of us healers, we are givers, not receivers. So how do you feel like your balance is between giving and receiving? Because giving sometimes is a mask. The over giving equated to some people pleasing. But also sometimes we overgive because maybe we don't feel like we deserve it. Do we deserve to receive unless we've given enough first? So just notice, if you are more of a giver, why are you more of a giver? Is it to stay in control and not be vulnerable? Which is valid, that happens too. Or like the endurer, Sammy, I've heard Sammy talk about needing to be the endurer, needing to like be the strong one, right? To hold it all, to give everything that you have. Just to keep going, keep giving, keep doing, and not giving yourself a chance to relax and receive. Maybe being the martyr, right? Just notice, just think for a moment about your relationship to giving versus your relationship to receiving. Think about the overgiving too, in terms of I lost my train of thought, but overgiving is a mask. We all want and need to receive. But so often we pretend like we don't need anything, that we've got it, that we can do it all. We can give it all, we can help, we can endure all of the things, right? But most of the time, what you really want is somebody to be doing that to you. Then there's that difficulty of receiving it, that vulnerability that comes when you allow the receipt. So just notice what comes up for you when you think about that. And now let's move that energy mixture up into the throat chakra. Maybe even like stretch your neck out, opening the chakra so that it can really be filled all the way. Every crack, every crevice, maybe even stretching it out. Sometimes we have a throat chakra that's kind of wrinkled up because we've not been saying as many things as we need to say. So it's kind of shut down and kind of constricted. So just imagine it stretching out and opening out. Your throat chakra is the bridge between your inner and outer world. Hearing, reading, all of that is part of the throat chakra. It's about taking in information and then writing, speaking, it's all part of it, right? Whatever you're feeling on the inside, you can express to the outside in those ways. Whatever messages you receive from the divine can be delivered through your throat chakra. This is where I'm going to talk about people pleasing. What's unsaid because it's not acceptable, or what's said and not meant because what we really mean is unacceptable. Think about the things, even within your closest relationships, the ones that you see all day. What things are you not saying? What things do you wish you could say, but you don't want to make any waves? What needs need to be expressed, but you're afraid they won't be realized? What wants do you not express because maybe they're too much? What things do you say just because it's what they want to hear? I know a lot of us have been doing work on this, but even still, it still happens sometimes. Maybe not even with our closest people, but maybe with the cashier. How's your day? How are you feeling today? It's great. Maybe you didn't have such a great day. But you don't really want to. Actually, I'm having a really crappy day, right? Sometimes we don't want to say that. So we're just like, oh, I'm fine. Everything's fine. People pleasing isn't just about speaking, though, right? Sometimes it's giving up things, sometimes it's doing things we don't want to do. And we can go ahead and let the energy move up the front, up through your jaw, up through your face, rinsing your sinuses. These are all your telepathic channels, all these places where you have conversations going on in your head. That's all like all that information is in your sinuses. So let this earth and cosmic energy mixture just come up through. And as it comes up towards the third eye, just let it rinse all the channels and sinuses in your face, and your nose, and your eyeballs, right up into the third eye, and let the third eye space fill. Let those energies work their magic in there. Kind of turning on this chakra, opening it up, opening that lens. What did you learn about your gifts when you were a child? Most of us learned to ignore our gifts. I mean, unless you had grandparents or parents that were in tune with their intuitive gifts. I've heard so many people that maybe they had imaginary friends, which I think probably are real spirits, right? But you talk to your parents about your imaginary friends and they just tell you that they're fake, that they're not real. They make fun of it. So you just stop noticing it, stop talking about it, stop sharing it. What did you learn about intuition? Was it something that was welcomed or something that was gaslit? When did you first even recognize your intuition? Did anybody ever talk about it with you? What about your parents? Did you notice that they were intuitive? Were there things that they did or said that let you know? Or was it just something that was ignored? And then we'll go ahead and keep moving the energy up into the crown chakra on top of your head. This in your crown is where your certainty lives, what you're certain of. Your crown also kind of runs your aura. What you're certain of is carried in your aura. I will explain more in just a second. However, you'll notice people, like when you ask them, I even do it. You ask somebody about something they know a lot about, like a math teacher. You ask them about a math concept and they're like, oh yeah, I got this. And they'll even sometimes like put their head a little bit differently. Like I know I do. Like I will like move myself up into a head. Oh, I know that. I'm going to go to that place where all of that information is there, right? So I can pop up into my crown chakra and here you go. Here's all the things. I know it. I'm certain of this, that I have this information right here. But it's not just academics. It's also the things that are true to you. If you are certain in your fear, you're going to carry fear in your aura. If you are certain that you are depressed, you're going to carry that with you in your aura. So what is it that you're certain of? What do you think is being carried in your aura? And so this little exploration is about to end. We've now given a flush to all of the 7 chakras here. A little exploration, a little rinse, a little roto-rooter of the energetic system. So now everything's moving in the crown. I want you to just go ahead and let it keep going and just whale spout out the top of your head, pushing everything out and letting it rain down through your aura, letting it rinse through your aura, taking a moment to do some aura work, noticing if you've got any rips or tears in your aura, making sure that you are completely surrounded by it. It is connected above your head. It's tucked into your grounding cord beneath you so that all of this runoff, everything that's spouting out the top of your head, this energy and down through your aura, it can just drain right down the grounding cord underneath you. Just a nice cleansing. Any rips or tears that are in your aura, any places that are open that looks like you're leaking energy, just go ahead and, just with your hands energetically patch it up, make sure that there's nothing leaking anywhere and that you're contained. And you can let everything slow down and stop running. Feel your body, feel your bottom in the chair, feel your feet on the floor. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. And I see several people have come on my live late here. I'm about to end this because I just did the meditation, but if you want to go back and do it, you can do it. The replay will be there. If you want to sign up and hop on to the rest of the transmission, I've got 2 other practitioners on our Zoom right now. Gonna come on and do some stuff. But thank you, the ones of you who are watching, thank you for hanging out with me. And if you didn't catch the whole thing, catch the replay. Ladies.
Sammy, did you want to cancel the recording and restart it?
Yes, actually, first, Miranda, if you want to mention anything about your intuitive development program, you can do that.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Did you
yeah,
want
yeah.
to? Okay, go ahead.
So I teach intuitive development. That is what we did today is basically kind of what we do in each class with a different theme. We're going to go and we're going to work through things, but it's not just an exploration usually. We're doing some other kind of like what we did with the heart, letting some of that density come out, moving energy. We do a whole lot of moving energy. But what I've been doing lately is themed shorter classes. So the last one I did was around shadow work. So it was 8 weeks of exploring the shadow through each of the chakras, different shadows each week. The next one I have coming up, I don't know exactly when it's going to start, but it is about mothering and motherhood. So if you are a mother, if you have a mother, if you have patterns that have been passed down from your mother to you. If you behave like your mother and wish you weren't behaving like your mother, this is the class for you. We're going to be doing all kinds of mother wound stuff, but also just like what happens to you as a mother embodied, having watched your own mother and felt into your own mother and learned from your own mother, and what you're bringing with you now, or what you're wanting to choose to bring with you now instead. So that's going to happen. I will probably start that in about a month. So anybody who's interested in that, make sure that we have your email address so that I can send information about that when I have actual dates.